Alright guys, I'm back. That's enough of the commentary free videos. After trying this mission quite a bit, I think I'm able to beat it. And I believe this is the final mission. For all of the
Roger that. Attempting to land now. It's gonna be tricky.
The varying lengths of my videos. Some videos are 5 minutes. I apologize for that. And I've learned to not even go for this. If I had more health, I would probably do it. And if I had grenades, I would probably do it. But I tried that quite a bit when I first attempted this mission, and I died every time. Although now that I sort of know what to do, I could just do it that way. But it's a lot easier for me, and a lot less of a hassle. I mean, I just beat the game like less than 5 minutes ago. I mean, I just beat this level in the game, but I wasn't recording. I was just checking something out. Because once you kill all these enemies right here, which takes like maybe like 10 seconds, then I have a whole minute, a whole entire minute. Excuse me. Just to do this, a whole uninterrupted.
She's on board. We're out here as soon as the round dies down. Don't like the look of that mask.
Like, if you're not careful. Yep. There we go. Usually I get all of those guys and like whatever. But that is funny. How I just beat the game, and now when I come back to record it, you know, all these little things are getting in the way.
That's for you.
Roger that. Attempting to land now. It's gonna be tricky.
When I go to shoot the first beam, the one that's closest to me, once I destroy that beam, then enemies come out, and then I have a timer of a minute, and in that minute I have to kill all the enemies, and I have to shoot the beam. Shoot that second one right here. But if I kill the enemies now, then I'll have a whole minute, a whole uninterrupted minute, to just take my time and shoot each beam, and that's a lot easier for me. Like I said, if I would have managed my health packs and my painkillers a lot better in the previous levels, and my grenades, I would probably be in a better position right now, a more comfortable, a slightly more comfortable position to tackle this mission. But since I mishandled the use of my resources, now I have to pay. Like I said, usually I can kill these guys very quickly. Not too quickly, but you know, very hassle-free.
She's on board.
The biggest threat here is the guy with the see, if I don't kill him this way, then usually the biggest threat is the guy with the rocket launcher. Yeah, but since I'm on,
Lift off in 1 minute.
if you stand up on that roof right there, it's kind of he kind of thinks twice before shooting at you.
Lift off in 45 seconds.
See, for the longest time, I was shooting the wire, and I should have been shooting the
30 seconds to lift off.
the thing. I still can't believe it's this easy. You know, because I just came back like less than 5 minutes ago to try this again. Before then, I'd spent at least a good 3 hours trying to figure this out. And I just gave up. I was like, screw it. Let's just give up.
They were all dead. The final gunshot was an exclamation mark to everything that had led to this point. I released my finger from the trigger. And then it was all over. The storm seemed to lose its frenzy. The ragged clouds gave way to the stars above.
Max Payne, this is Deputy Chief Jim Bravura from the NYPD. We've got the building surrounded. Throw down your weapons and lie down with your hands behind your head.
A bit closer to heaven. The cops' voices were distant and muted.
Wait! NYPD! Hold it right there!
My ghosts released me from their haunting. Down below, New York City glittered like diamonds on black velvet.
You gave us one hell of a run. Take him down to Central Booking.
You heard the man.
Woden was there in the crowd, standing by the sidelines. It wouldn't be over till the man with the patch would say so. He'd say the right words. I knew he would. He'd better. Woden grinned smugly. It was the grin of a winner. That made two of us.
Alright. Since I can't skip the cutscenes, I'm going to do some talking. And you guys can leave if you want. I just want to ramble for a bit. I have been dreading this Let's Play or this game for the longest time, because back when a long time ago, when I was still getting used to third-person shooters and playing them and you know, just getting used to them or whatever, I played this game, and that section that had the excuse me, I guess it's called the blood maze. You have to follow the little red lines in the dark, and you have to do all this platforming. That section just threw me off. I was like, screw this, you know. And I never played it. Excuse me. And like 10 or 11 years go by, you know, and I still know about Max Payne, and I'm still aware of it, and I still watching the reviews and, you know, watching it or whatever. And I, you know, now that I'm a game collector, I bought the game a few years ago along with its sequel, and now I'm trying to do a let's play of this game and hopefully its sequel and a few other games that use slow motion. And I really didn't want to not include Max Payne, but I also didn't want to play it because of that one part. You know, when I was younger, that was like the most frustrating thing I had ever encountered in a third-person shooter. You know, also the controls were you're trying to move in a straight line. I'm not sure how it is on PC or on Xbox, but like trying to move in a straight line, you know, just like not even running, but just like trying to just like make precise movements, you know, with the character is not impossible, but it's a real chore. It's I don't know, uncomfortable, very unintuitive. So I dreaded, feared even attempting to let's play this game. And I was thinking, like, man, if I could just get past those blood mazes, which I did thanks to YouTube. I was actually going to buy the strategy guide. I'm glad I didn't, although I still kind of wish I did, just for those blood mazes. I was like, if I could just get past those, I'm fine. So I finally got past the blood mazes, or the first one, and I'm like, yes, the rest of the game should be easy. Just regular old third-person shooting. Well, there was another blood maze, a few levels after that, and then on top of that, there was a bunch of annoying levels, which brings me to my next gripe. This game is probably the worst. It's somewhere between the worst and the best. Not the best. One of the worst and one of the best third-person shooters I ever played. Because the shooting, I mean, the combat is very, very satisfying. It's very satisfying. I like the feel of all the guns. But, man, like, just... For one, the aiming reticule is tiny. Now, maybe they did that to kind of add a little challenge to the game, but on top of that, the aiming sensitivity, it's either, you know, extremely sensitive or it's extremely sluggish. And I don't know how they managed to do, you know, extremely slow but extremely, you know, fast or inaccurate. You know, I don't know how they managed to do that without having some sort of, you know, in between or anything close to just right. But that small aiming reticule, that ruins the entire game for me. It really does. And especially when they want you to dive. That's one thing I never used. Like, I'm guessing anybody who watches Let's Play, they'll probably say, "Oh, you just, you know, you don't know how to play the game. You played it all wrong." But I mean, you're diving. Yeah, mind you, you're moving in the air, and you have a really tiny reticule. Like, how am I supposed to aim I mean, it's hard enough for me to aim while standing still because the aiming is so, extremely sensitive or extremely, sluggish. Now I'm expected to dive through the air while moving, aiming at multiple targets, and then on top of that, if you miss any of them, there's a tiny little animation, or whatever of you getting up, and you're being shot while you're getting up. So I'm like, why would I dive, and take the risk of missing my target and have to get up while getting shot just to do it again? I didn't understand it. I was like, I'm not using this right here. One thing I'm glad they had was, or I'm glad the game included, was a regular slow-mo where you could just hit slow-mo and just walk around shooting stuff. That I liked. And my opinion about Max Payne and the whole slow-mo thing, when I think of that, I think of like old action movies, like Die Hard or whatever, where like guys are jumping off roofs and they're going slow-mo. I'm guessing that's where that whole idea came from. And yeah, I appreciate that, but I also don't really appreciate the over-reliance on it. Because I understand that's the game's gimmick, slow-mo, but that's not, I don't like that right there, because you have slow-mo, but you have a really, really tiny dot, and then your aiming is very, very sluggish, or very, very, sensitive. So it's like, you kind of have to over-rely on it, because the shooting, the act of shooting or aiming is such garbage. It's garbage. Like I said, maybe it's better on the Xbox, maybe it's better on the PC, but this is just unacceptable. I mean, and then on top of that, you're just trying to run. You're trying to walk in a straight. Once you run and you're at like a sprint, or Max Payne's full speed, he runs fairly straight. But if you're on like a ledge or something and you're just trying to like move forward in like a semi-straight line, he's all over the place. He's left, right, left, right, left, right, diagonal, left, diagonal right. And I'm like, what the freak are you doing? So it's like they barely have the act of making the character move in a straight line. They they don't have aiming down whatsoever. It's way too sensitive, way too sluggish. There's no real in between. Then you have the slow-mo. It's an over-reliance. You have to use the slow-mo just to make any freaking progress. You kind of have to, and a lot of the game's set pieces or whatever are kind of centered around that right there. So when I think about like, maybe the crosshair is a little too small, or maybe the aiming reticule is small, just so the game can be challenging. Well, no, they did that on purpose. I think so they could show off and make you have to rely constantly on slow-mo. That's fine, and that's not fine. Why can't you just make aiming semi-decent? Why can't you just make some halfway decent controls for the game, and then focus on the one-trick pony, the slow-mo, or two-trick pony, whatever. That's what I want. That's what makes this game probably the best and the worst shooter I ever played, because there's some very nice touches. Like, one thing I really liked about the game, or about a portion of the game, I was playing this level earlier in the game, and this guy, he ran upstairs on like this catwalk, and he was running across this the catwalk, and two of the beams on the catwalk were made out of wood. So I saw him, I started shooting at him, I missed him. I probably hit him once or twice, but he ran all the way up the catwalk, all the way to the top, or all the way to the top of the stairs, ran across the catwalk. I aimed at him. I accidentally shot the wood that he was running on, and he fell straight through the ground. I'm like, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. You know, one thing this game does nail, it nails the atmosphere. I love the music. I love the fact that there's voice acting even when the music's turned off. I love the fact that there's music during the cutscenes. I think there is, even though the music in game is turned off. I like that right there. The game is very atmospheric, and the game is, like I said, it's weird because even though the controls are such craptasticness, the satisfaction from shooting, you know, like the shooting is very fun. You know, it's just very satisfying, and that's kind of what kept me playing it. You know, and you know, there were some parts of the game where I kind of had to respect the game, you know, for like what they were trying to do in the level, or how they were trying to make me play a certain level. But this is a game that I thought I'd never ever beat, a game that I really didn't have any intentions on ever beating. I never wanted to beat the game, and I don't know, but yeah, so now I have to do the sequel. Excuse me. Although I don't feel too pressured or too whatever to do the sequel. I mean, if the sequel doesn't work out, that's fine. I mean, I completed the first game, this one right here, so that's all that kind of matters to me. I did that one. I would like to do the sequel, and then if everything goes well, I would like to work on the Dead to Rights games. But let's just focus on Max Payne 2 for right now. And yeah, I took a break. Today is Tuesday, February 26, 2019. I started this Let's Play back in I think November or December of 2018, but I took sort of an unexpected break because I am a really big handheld or a Nintendo 3DS fan, and a game that I really wanted got released, or it received a release date for this year, February 8th, 2019. So I really wanted the game, so I didn't really want to do anything sort of stressful as far as gaming. I don't know. I'm a huge fan of the game, and all I really wanted to do when I heard about it was just sit back and anticipate it, and just watch videos and just do other stuff. I wanted to Let's Play, but you know, Max Payne, you know, the kind of game this is, like it would have been hard for me to like just relax while playing such an annoying game. Like I said, the game is fun, the game is satisfying in certain parts, but in other parts it's just extremely annoying. It has to be probably one of the most annoying games I've ever played. Easily one of the worst shooters I ever played, and easily one of, or somewhere in between, one of the best. But having beat it, you know, I'm glad that I did beat it. I feel a huge weight off my shoulders. Like I said, even though I didn't want to beat this game, or didn't even want to play it, for what I was trying to do, or what I'm trying to do, I feel as though it's an essential game, you know, for what I'm trying to do as far as the next few Let's Plays are concerned. So like I said, if I were playing something that was, you know, where the progression was more steady and more, you know, whatever, then I would have probably, you know, just played, you know, every now and then, and maybe completed a Let's Play or two while waiting for this game to come out. But I couldn't do it. But anyways, I'll talk to you guys' ears off long enough. If you don't like it, I don't really care. You know, you can leave or do whatever. I believe that's about it. I'm going to start my next Let's Play attempt, which will be Max Payne 2, The Fall of Max Payne. I will start that either later on today or sometime tomorrow, maybe sometime this week, because I have some games that I want to I have some completed Let's Plays that I would like to upload soon. So we'll see. But I will definitely be starting another Let's Play sometime this week. If not by Friday, then Saturday. Again, today is Tuesday, February 26th, 2019, 4:03 a.m. If you watched this Let's Play, thank you. If you didn't watch it, thanks anyway. But until next time, this is Inquisitor Ozzy on Overlip saying take care. Don't do anything stupid. And I'll see you guys on my next Let's Play attempt of Max Payne 2, The Fall of Max Payne. And I'm also at 1,000 subscribers. YouTube just notified me of that yesterday, or the day before yesterday. So thank yourselves, because I'm not going to thank you, because I'm not in this for the views or the subscribers. Take care.